to see again. Go grab a book and come learn and play, my friend. Virtual reading is how we all connect around here. It's story time with Mrs. C again. Go grab a book and come learn and play, my friend. Virtual reading is how we all connect around here. Go grab a book and come learn and play, my friend. It's story time with Mrs. C again. Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to another virtual story time here at the Enfield Library. I'm Mrs. C, your favorite librarian, here to share another great story with you. I hope that you all have been reading, because you know if you read for at least 15 minutes every day, it'll cause your brain to grow. That's a fact. And you'll begin to read better and better and better. And not only that, you get to have a lot of fun and learn a whole lot of things. So, are you ready for another story on today? I surely have another one for you. Today, we are going to read the story, The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes. And this story is by Mark Pett and Gary Rubenstein, and it's illustrated by Mark Pett. Mark Pett is one of my favorite children's authors. Have you ever made a mistake? How did it make you feel? I know that I've made plenty of mistakes, but we're going to find out what happened with this girl who never made mistakes. Shall we read? Let's dive into this book. The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes. For Beatrice Bottomwell, Friday began like any other day. She matched her socks, and, of course, she put her shoes on their proper feet. She remembered to feed her hamster Humbert his favorite food, broccoli. And when she made a sandwich for her brother Carl's lunch, she used exactly the same amount of peanut butter and jelly. She was very precise. When she stepped outside to greet her fans, she didn't forget to say, "Good morning," and "Thank you." They asked if she had made her bed. She had. They asked if she forgot to do her math homework. Nope. What about tonight's talent show? They asked. "I'm ready," said Beatrice with a smile. After all, her juggling act had won 3 years in a row. Wow. Most people in town didn't even know Beatrice's name. They just called her the girl who never makes mistakes, because for as long as anyone could remember, she never did. Unlike Beatrice, Carl made lots of mistakes. He ate his crayons and drew with his green beans. He danced with his hands and played the piano with his feet. Carl loved to make mistakes. At school, Beatrice was on a cooking team with her 2 best friends, Millie and Sarah. To make their giant rhubarb muffins, they needed 4 eggs. Beatrice went to the refrigerator and carefully chose the biggest, eggiest eggs she could find. But on the way back, her legs slipped out from under her. The eggs went flying. Beatrice was about to make was close, thought Beatrice. Sorry, Beatrice, I dropped a piece of rhubarb. Oh, itching it, Illy. For the rest of the school day, Beatrice could not stop thinking about her almost mistake. On her way home from school, Beatrice watched Millie and Sarah ice skating in the park. Come join us, said Millie. It's fun, said Sarah. Beatrice watched them slip and slide on the frozen pond. Millie and Sarah laughed as they wobbled on the ice. No thanks, said Beatrice. At supper, Beatrice barely touched her food. Is everything all right, kiddo? Asked her father. I'm worried I'll mess up tonight, said Beatrice, and everyone will be watching. Worry? You don't make mistakes, he said with a smile. Beatrice tried to smile too. After supper, Beatrice got ready for the talent show. First, she woke Humbert from his nap. Next, she got the salt shaker from the kitchen table. Finally, she filled a balloon with water. The school auditorium was packed. Beatrice felt her stomach jumping around inside. Beatrice waited for her juggling music to begin. That's her! That's the girl who never makes mistakes, said a woman. Oh, we know she'll be perfect, said a man. When the music started, she tossed Humbert into the air. Next, she added the salt shaker. And finally, the water balloon. Beatrice didn't miss a beat. The crowd clapped with delight. But Beatrice noticed something odd about that salt shaker. The specks falling out of it were not white. Uh-oh. Achoo! Humbert was so surprised by his sneeze that he grabbed the water balloon with his claws. Kablooey! Humbert, pieces of water balloon, and the pepper rained down on top of Beatrice. For the first time in as long as anyone could remember, Beatrice made a mistake. And it was a big one. Oh no! The music stopped. Beatrice didn't know what to do. Cry? Run off stage? The crowd sat stunned. They couldn't believe that the girl who never made mistakes made a mistake. Oh dear. Beatrice looked up at Humbert. He looked back at her. His hamster fur was soaked and speckled with bits of balloon. Beatrice let out a giggle. The giggle grew into a chuckle. And the chuckle became a laugh. The people in the crowd looked at each other and then back at Beatrice. They began to giggle. Then chuckle. Then finally roar with laughter. Beatrice and the audience laughed until they couldn't remember why they were laughing. That night, Beatrice slept better than she ever had. In the morning, no fans greeted Beatrice. When she got dressed, Beatrice, for no reason at all, put a polka dot sock on one foot and a plaid sock on the other. Beatrice and Carl made sandwiches. This time, they put the peanut butter and jelly on the outside. They called it an inside out PB&J. Lunch was messy and delicious. Later, Beatrice found Millie and Sarah skating in the park. They fell a lot and laughed. Now, people no longer called her the girl who never makes mistakes. They just called her Beatrice. The end. Boys and girls, did you enjoy that story? What did you learn from the book? You know, Beatrice was the type of girl who just simply loved perfection. She wanted to make sure that her image in the eyesight of others remained unflawed. But she was so uptight about everything that that's all she ever thought about. I have a name that I have to live up to. And I can never make a mistake because I have never made a mistake in my whole life. And you know, that's a bad way to live. We have to learn how to live in the moment. And we have to learn how to enjoy life. We have to learn that even if we make a mistake, it's okay. Who cares? We can get up and try again. When you make a mistake, boys and girls, don't let it make you feel bad. Just sit back, give it a small thought, laugh, and say, oh well, it is what it is. Life goes on. Boys and girls, I hope that you enjoyed today's story. I really enjoyed sharing this great story with you. If you want to check out this book, The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes, it is here at the Enfield Library. All you have to do is call and ask us to pull it off the shelf for you. And make sure you check out more books by Mark Pett. I promise you, you will enjoy them. Boys and girls, this is the end of story time here at the Enfield Library. I enjoyed reading and sharing with you on today, and I can't wait to come back next Tuesday with another great story. Have a great day, boys and girls, and I'll see you the next time.